Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming to you from the UTC Mall shopping area here right on Cattleman Road that goes all the way down to Fruitville through all the little roundabouts. And this is where they're doing the Christmas decorations. Take notice of this palm tree right here. See those electric wires up there that are connecting them? That's stage one. But you see that tree there has nothing on it. But across the street, I believe those do. In fact, I do see one, and I know the ones down here have already been all wrapped around with the LED that go to the music, computer controlled lights. They're not just some hanging lights. These are the real deal. And they'll wrap all these up. There's, I don't know how many palm trees are in this area, but I'm gonna turn the camera around. There's music pumping out of speakers in between each tree. So I'm trying to talk over it right now so I don't get a copyright. But if I just walk, there's plenty of music. So let's turn the camera around. I'll try to show you the area, the mall, and I'm just trying to get some steps in anyway, and I'll show you what we got going on. All right, I'm out of the music area right here. Everybody's parked at these red lights. There's a Shake Shack. If you never tried one of those, they're really good hamburgers. There's a Charles Schwab. The mall sits back over there. That's the UTC mall right there. And then stores are endless as you drive down Cattleman in that direction. And this is where all the Christmas main direction decorations will be. And in the middle of the roundabouts down there, there will be a huge decoration of a Santa sleigh or just different things. But this is not a roundabout. This is a regular intersection. Here's the big super Target back here. Dick's Sporting Goods at the very end of it. There's endless shops in between. It also goes this way. That main light right there is University Parkway. And that's where another big shopping area, LA Fitness, eateries, you name it, over there, the PGA store, everything. I mean, this is the main spot here in Sarasota. And I guess Charles Schwab there is where all these millionaires around here keep all their money. But I was thinking that the trees over here, I think they're only on the other side. I do see some, I wanted to show you some Christmas lights of how they look wrapped on the tree. I do see them over there. I'll walk over there. I should have crossed back there. I can do it right here. Let's take our life in our hands and cross over Cattleman Road. That's University. Here comes cars that way. This is the turning lane that you turn left right here into the mall. Nobody coming. Look at that. Safe and sound. Now let's get over here. You can see the Christmas lights are already wrapped on those trees. Let me step out here. Oh man, the luck of the Irish. All right, folks, here you go. Now, they haven't connected the trees together like back there with those big wires. Taking my glasses off and looking. While they're all white, they're actually can change different colors. They're computer controlled. So, all of these, to get the power from one to the other, there'll be a harness, a string of lights, cables like they've got way down there. I'll zoom in for you. You see those lines right up behind the red light that drape over from one tree to the other, and those boxes up on the trees? Those are like the transformer and the computer that make these blink to the music. And I'm out of the music zone now, but there's these big hooded metal speakers that have a hood over them. Sorry about that. So the rain doesn't bother them, and you can only walk a few feet to the next one. So you never lose the sound. Everywhere you walk around here, all over, everywhere, Target, everywhere, there are those speakers. I'm telling you, this is a master plan community. You cannot, get away from Beautiful landscaping and music and all of that. There's a, what you call widowmaker right there. Look at that. You see that palm frond? That is barely hanging on. I'm sure they'll pull that down. I don't know why they didn't already when they put these lights on. They had to go around it. Maybe it happened since they put the lights up. But you can see all these trees here have been wrapped. That's your University Parkway out there. I-75 is only a couple of blocks right over there, north and south. That way's Tampa, this way is Naples. Oh, it feels good walking the shade here. At the park down here, Nathan Benderson Park is about just a half a mile down, where this goes through a couple of roundabouts, and then you come to the park, and Cattleman Road here will continue all the way to Fruitville Road and beyond. But the park can be quite warm right now in the sun, and just different times of the day, however, wherever the sun might be, these buildings are creating a nice little shade, and it's something nice to look at while you walk. So we'll go ahead and get some steps in. I only got like 1,800 steps yesterday, and I know somebody that got 11,000 steps in. But I did do the gym thing, and I'll be doing that later this morning. I'm still letting my chest kind of recuperate from yesterday's heavy lifting. I'm eating enough protein to build those muscles, though. Once you tear them down a little bit, they'll grow back. And with the protein I'm eating, they should see a big improvement. Here comes the music, so I'm going to kill this. All right, so I'm just kind of walking in between a couple of the buildings off of Cattleman out here, and that's where the UTC Mall sits in the background here. On the other side of it is I-75. So at one end of the mall you have Macy's down there, and the other end on down there is Dillard's. It's a two-story mall. There's one of the main entrances where Cheesecake Factory is, and you can simply I don't know what time it is, it's probably not even open yet. Can't believe I didn't put my watch on. I was doing so much stuff around the RV today. As I mentioned, I'm not, hang on a second, I'll turn the phone around and talk to you guys. I haven't disconnected my truck from the camper yet, and I've never had it so level. My bathroom doors, the shower doors, when you open them up, they stay open. If you don't get the RV right this way and this way, I got a level. I get it pretty good, but it's very level, and I don't even have my jacks down. But I do need to disconnect because I want to go fill up the crusher and wash it and armor all the tires and have it ready, set, go in the event of another storm. I can't believe it, but I just heard today, a little while ago from T, that the 40% storm, 40% chance it had to do anything. Yeah, the mall's not open, but there's the main entrance in Cheesecake Factory, is now 50%. I haven't looked at it. I don't know where it's going, to the East Coast or West Coast, but this is getting to be a little boring with these hurricanes or storms training in on us. So I mentioned this morning in morning chat, I have a friend of mine who sold his Class B. It's for sale. There's a buyer. It hasn't happened yet, but hopefully it will for him. And he wants to just switch it over to something else. And he wants a bigger, roomier Class A motorhome. The Class A are the, you know, the kind like the movie stars ride around in. It's not a bus. He's not going to buy a bus, but he's not going to get a diesel. But he hasn't bought anything yet. He could. I told him, I said, stay under 30 feet. He was looking at one that's 38 feet long. I said, that's an albatross. That thing probably floats down the road and doesn't stay in its own lane. It's got one axle in the rear, a lot of hangover off the back. It's got a 12-cylinder Ford engine in it. It's called a Thor Challenger. Thor Motor Coach. They got a pretty good rating. Maybe it drives great, but it just seems like that's just a lot of, I mean, you can live in something like that. It just seems like a lot of unit to drive down the road. If I'm going to drive a big 40-foot, 45-foot unit, I want it to be a diesel and I want it to be a bus. I want it to be a Prevost. I'd love to drive one, man. I really would. But anyway, here's some more stores. Barnes & Noble, an Italian restaurant there. There's stores that I don't even know. I haven't even been in or seen. But anyway, he wants to buy a coach and wants to make one more trip out west. He says, you know, I want to make one more before I turn 73. He makes fun of my my life expectancy about the average age being 73. He's a real funny guy. He's I think he's 71. He says, yeah, I only got 2 more years, so it's only got to last me 2 years. He has got a sense of humor, and so does my other buddy Pete over in the Philippines. I told him that I'm watching, I'm doing this carnivore diet, and there's some guy, Dr. Barry on YouTube, who I haven't even looked at yet. He goes, Dr. Barry? I said, yeah, Dr. Barry. I thought he'd heard of him. He goes, oh, he just died of a heart attack. He never fails to have a sense of humor. Pete, he's the funniest guy I've ever met in my life. He really is. He missed his calling. But I had another subscriber, I even said it yesterday, that wants to have me, you know, come to the Philippines. He says, I got my girlfriend there. She's got some friends who would like to meet you. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. But no Philippines for me. I don't even have a passport. But never say never, folks. I did look at a lot of YouTube videos right when I got my Social Security, knowing it was a limited amount of money, and contemplating that idea. And there's a guy over there, he's like the godfather of talking about how you do it, how you get your phone, how you do your banking, how much it costs, the mistakes that he made that you can learn from him, and how much time you need to give it to really judge it before you say, I want to go home. And he really gives you a lot of valuable information. He built quite a YouTube channel for himself. And I was watching a lot of them, and I have it in here. Since then, he's become so popular on YouTube, and I guess he's doing pretty well from the AdSense revenue, that there's those speakers there, those little hooded metal boxes. If I walk that way, I'm gonna have music. So let me finish talking, and I'm gonna walk back that way and get out of this darn sun. Anyway, he's built a heck of a channel, and now, instead of him looking for like the cheapest little place, and they're all still cheaper than here, he's living in a nice place, and he's going to Thailand, he's coming back to the Philippines, he's popping around. But in his early days, just a few years ago, he was in one place, you know, and he had this gal living with him, and it was just, you know, he was just getting by because he only has Social Security. He doesn't have a pension and all this money saved that some of these expats, and that's what you call a guy or a gal that goes over there that's a foreigner, is an expat. And he was saying that he's still doing okay, but these guys that come over there with some money and they got a pension on top of it, they're living like kings. I mean, you're living large. And the guy that I talked to yesterday said, you know, if Trump loses the election, he's definitely moving there permanently. He comes and goes a couple of times a year. I guess he's got him a lady over there. He's trying to get the papers on her and whatever, visa or whatever it takes to bring her to the States. But he just come right out and said that if Trump loses the election, he's out. I will personally, well, almost like I'm going to be here like you are, but there are options. You won't believe how many people have left this country and have left like years ago. They go to Mexico, Thailand, Philippines, and other places around the world to live on their limited income that are retired. It's very intriguing to me. To a lot of people, including myself at one time, it was like, who could could do that. Why would you want to? Isn't it scary over there? Don't they cut your throat? You can get your throat cut here. I mean, you go to the wrong neighborhood anywhere, right? But you don't really have too much to fear. And some of these places, if you go into where the locals are, it's not a touristy place, you're actually quite safe. So, oh, yeah, so Miss Rafaela called me and said, you come tonight. I cooked the chicken, I show you. You know, she gets that Italian accent. And she's gonna show me how to cook that chicken piccata. And then I'll go a couple more times this week. She's gonna show me how to cook the pork chops. And we're gonna cut those ribeyes in half. She's gonna show me how she seasons and cooks her steaks. And, you know, I'll get my grill out. I've got a brand new grill, hasn't been used yet. It's still a virgin. I got it made, folks. I got everything. I mean, I got the generator, I got the grill. What more does a man need? You know, I'm very happy. I'm also very happy to be back in Florida, in this particular town right here. It's just so, I like new and nice, and that's what you got here. I mean, one thing people got around here is plenty of money. And you don't need it if you have a niche, you know, the way I'm doing it. You know, I'm walking between the cracks. These people are throwing down large dollars to live in this neighborhood, this zip code, and maintain these homes with all the utilities and the maintenance people that come around and the insurances and all that. It's really, I kind of get off on the fact that I'm doing this and I'm in the same zip code. I mean, I'm within a, you know, a stone throw of what they're doing, even though I don't live in their fancy house, which would be nice too, but I'm not willing to pay for it, nor could I afford it. But you can live anywhere. You don't have to settle. And like the subscriber that said he wanted to get himself a Flagstaff. Man, you come up with a nice floor plan like that, and it's just you or one other person, and you can have some kind of little storage to put some extra things, you know, bicycles or whatever it is, and you can find a place that'll rent to you, you know, annually and give you the monthly rate. You know, you're going to stay there, or you may just want to travel around and just get a monthly rate, stay a month or two at a time, and do it like that. Travel around, see our country. Every day you need to live your life. Don't get stuck. Don't get in a life where your life is mundane. Make it exciting. Make it exciting by thinking properly, living properly, getting your exercise, bringing happiness and joy to others that you can, doing good. You can never outgive the universe or God. You will always get it back what you put into it. But if you become selfish and hateful and you drink yourself to death, you get on drugs, you smoke yourself to death, you got a bad attitude, you get what you put into it. You are as you think. But if you want your life to be happy and fulfilled, and like I'm doing, I don't make $1 million a year. I don't have $1 million house. I'm very fulfilled and very happy. And it's really come into a big fruition only in the last year of my life. I mean, I had a great life. Every year I've said it before, has gone up for me. Every year since I got out of the car business when I was very young. But for about 35 years now, my life has gone up. Even if it's just a little bit, it's gone up. And it's done this in the last year. And it isn't because of success that I've enjoyed. That's partly true. And with YouTube or whatever, it's the attitude, it's the knowledge, it's knowing God closer, it's knowing my friends, it's my social life, it's you, the community, the feedback. And it's just a fantastic thing to give and to help and to receive. And it just keeps revolving. It just keeps going around. It comes in, it goes out, but it never ends coming in. And as long as that's happening, you don't have to worry about too much of what's going out. Don't hold on to anything too tight. If you hold on to something really tight, you're just gonna strangle it, and you're damming up all the blessings that are backing up behind that, that can be yours. Go ahead and loosen up, release, be kind, pass out those free smiles, pass out those free dollars, just a few of them, pass out those free favors, pass out those, that love, all of that you have in you, you can give, and it will just grow and well up in you, and you become a delight to be around, and everybody that's around you is a delight to know. And that is life. That is a happy life right there. But one thing for sure, each day, you have to remember, yesterday's gone, never to come back. Tomorrow may not ever come. Tomorrow is a promissory note. Yesterday's a canceled check. Today's legal tender. Today's the day to crush it.